If you're new to the Amazon world, this is exactly what you need to know before getting started. I've been selling on Amazon for the past 4 years, and these are the 7 things that I wish I knew before jumping in the game. First of all, I want to apologize for all the background noise. I am in our warehouse today out in New York, and it does get noisy over here, so sorry about that. Second, if you're new to our channel and want to make sure that you stay up to date with all the craziness going on in this e-commerce and Amazon space, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We can keep you up to date with everything you need to know to succeed. So if you're new to the channel and don't know me, my name is Mar. I'm one of the co-owners of Above the Par with my 2 really good friends. We started this business over 4 years ago, and since then we were able to do some what I consider some pretty cool things, having 7-figure months on Amazon and also having over 8 figures a year in this business. So some things we want to knock off our bucket list before we jump into what we really want to do, which is teach sellers how to navigate these deep waters without making all the mistakes we made to get here. So I hope this helps. So let's jump into it. These are the 7 things you gotta know, so please pay attention. Number 1, Amazon is simple, not easy. What does that mean? If you think about it, the business model we do is called wholesale. We literally buy brand name products, everything behind me, brand name products, and resell it for profit on Amazon. Pretty easy, right? You wouldn't think that's that different, but the reality is you need to put in some work to get there. Don't overcomplicate it. It's really as simple as understanding that you want to find suppliers, domestic, in the US, that have products at the right price to make money. That's simple, right? Don't overcomplicate. You look on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you're trying to piece this puzzle together. No, don't worry about it. And even in the description, I'll leave a link to our free course, which will give you a complete roadmap of how to do this. But do not overcomplicate this business. It's simple. Find products at the right price, sell them at the right price, make the difference. That's it. Profitability. Number 2, this could probably be number 1 through 7 for some people, honestly, because I hear it so much. I heard it when we first started, and I heard it even up to today, actually. People saying the market is oversaturated. So let me get this straight. A business, Amazon, does over $1.5 billion a day in the midst of this recession in the US. It was still growing by 11% every quarter, getting bigger, larger, more dominant. Why? We all know this. More people are buying stuff online. Stop listening to people who don't have successful businesses tell you about successful businesses. It doesn't make sense. The stats when I first joined were 9 out of 10 Amazon sellers fail. I think that's still the same thing, but that's what you expect. Literally, how hard is it to start selling on Amazon? All you need is like a driver's license, passport, to jump on the website, make an account, to start picking up stuff in your house and trying to sell it over there. And people come in with that little knowledge, no expertise, and expect to succeed, and then they get surprised when they fail. The barrier to entry is super, super low. You want to make sure you're well educated. You want to make sure you're in a community of people that are willing to help you navigate all of the changes that go on, and you'll be all right. There's so much money to be made on this platform. Let's go back to $1.5 billion a day. For a lot of people I talk to, making an extra $30,000, $40,000 to their annual income, that suffices. They can't go to their boss and ask for that raise, but it's very simple to do on Amazon if you pay attention, follow the rules, and actually commit to growing a business. Don't think it's gonna happen in a month or 2 months, especially if you're doing it yourself. But if you stay consistent and put in the reps, you will get there. The market is not oversaturated. I can't say it enough. Number 3, there are multiple ways to make money on this platform. Don't fall in love with just one. So I'll give you the 3 main ones. We got arbitrage. You've probably seen them. People walking around Nike store, Target, scanning stuff. It looks super cool, right? It looks super cool. Cart full of stuff, walking back, right? Giving himself another job. Now, if you're in high school, college, have a few hundred in capital, great. Do that, right? Because you're still trading time for dollars if you're doing that, walking around these stores, buying stuff, right? You can't really scale that way, but it's still a way to make money. Private label, right? Launching your own brand. You know, you've seen it. Go to Alibaba, China, get this product, slap a brand name on it, and all of a sudden you are whatever. You're moving out the country or something like that. Anyway, yes, that works as well. Just know that you have to put money into marketing, advertising, what's called PPC. You need to actually spend time to actually let people know about your brand. And then it has to be a good brand. People actually consistently buy it. But private label is definitely a way to make money on the platform. What we do wholesale, like I was saying, we sell brand name products, right? We sell products that already have demand. We already know how many units it should be selling per month. So we can just figure out how many units we should be getting, at what price we need it at, play the middleman role. So there are ways to make money on this platform. You don't need to just commit to one. You can try different ones like when we first started, but you don't want to put yourself in too deep of a hole, right? Figure out the one that resonates the most with you in terms of your risk tolerance, in terms of how much capital you have, how much time you have, and just stick to that and commit to that one, right? That's it. Really simple. Different ways to make money on the platform. Pick the one that works for you. Number 4, man, oh man. This is the one that I really wish I knew when I first got started. And the goal of a business is to keep things as simple as possible. right? Good thing about Amazon is you don't need to go do, unless you choose to. You don't need to do marketing. You need to like build up this whole website and all these other stuff. No. Amazon is the website. People search for stuff. Just provide the product. Really simple. I tried to get it as simple as this in my head. There are only two problems in this business. Like what? I said, oh, this business only two problems. Yes. You either have number one, more products than capital, right? You have more things that you can buy and sell than the money you have, or you have more capital, more money than products to sell, to buy and sell. That's the only two problems, right? For most people, like, I need this and I need that. No, you don't, right? If you got money sitting in your bank account making no money, like, into your savings account making less than 1%, and you can find products that make, 7, 8, 10, even up to where we are at 20% margin per month, 25% ROI month, right? Why not go do that? It's simplified. You got money, find products that you can sell. Find at the right price, resell them. You got products without money, it's an easy game, right? Find money, which is really easy to do nowadays if you have a business that can sustain, have revenue, you have products that you can show. There are so many different funding options, right? There are so many. So try to get in a position where you have more products than capital. We learned that relatively quickly, and we just kept finding product. Even when we didn't have money for it, we just kept finding product. And the money came, right? Because we have, sometimes some of you might have friends and family that might willing to invest in your business. You're gonna find all these third-party companies that once you can show that you can grow the business, you have these products, they're gonna fund you, right? So just try to understand there's only two problems in the business, and one is a lot better than the other, and that's just having more products than capital. Keep it simple. All right, so if you already sell on Amazon and have been having any other issues that I haven't talked about, make sure to leave it in the comments so I can know to make a video on it just for you, to help you out, because I know how it feels to be there, struggling, not knowing if this could work, but trust me, it could work. I will show you it could work. All our students know it could work. It's possible. Gotta focus. But just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to make some content for you to help you out. Number 5, don't let this scare you. Might be a secret, but you need capital, you need money to scale. So many people get into this game. Like, I started this business with $2,500, right? Even if you make, like, let's just say at that point, I think my first order I put $2,500 in, I made $800 in profit. I was ecstatic, but I wouldn't fool myself to say I'm gonna turn this $2,500 into $25 million, right? You understand that you buy wholesale inventory, you sell it, you eat the margin. So it needs capital to scale, but there's capital out there. Just like point number 4, there's capital out there. Get good at finding profitable products. Get good at that and the business will grow. You do need money to scale, but don't let that scare you. At the end of the day, if you're watching this video, chances are you wanna make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 6 figures. Like, you want that kind of money coming into your business. That's gonna require capital for wholesale inventory. But just focus on finding products, bro. Focus on that and the business will grow. The money will find you, right? Because you have products to sell, because you have a business that's growing, don't worry about that. But you do need money to scale. Remember that. Number 6, geez, this is the one that so many newer sellers, they get so like confused with, right? This is something I learned from actually podcasts that I listened to when I first started called Smartest Seller Podcast. Scott Needham has the software Smart Scout. If you don't got that and you sell on Amazon, go get it. But one issue that he had is when he started, he had too many products, too many supply, and it was a nightmare. So his margin was pretty much really low, right? Because there's so much micromanagement, right? There was so much going on in his business. He tried to automate it, but it becomes very difficult. So one thing you want to remember to do is keep a low amount of supplies, right? We only work with, like, even though we did like 10.3 last year, we only work with like 4 supplies on a consistent basis. And you're like, what? That's it? Yes, that's it. The thing is, when you first start off, I call it the funnel method, but you want to reach out to a whole lot of suppliers, a whole lot of them, right? A whole ring of them. And then you're going to funnel out which ones have the best products, best brands, willing to do the best negotiation. That's where you focus your energy and your money and your time. That's super important. The less people you need to talk to, the easier this business is. The more money you put into their business, the more they'll take care of you. They'll do things like give you something called net terms. You don't need to pay for an order right up front. They might give you 30-day net, right? You can get an order, ship it into Amazon, not pay for 30 days. Imagine how much that can help you, especially if you're not over ordering. You get net 60s, 2 months, right? You can sell out all that inventory, get the capital back and pay. It's like making money without doing anything, right? Because you have the products there, you don't need to put the capital up. It's a great thing. But that only happens when you focus on less supplies. But on the other side, you still want to have a lot of products. The benefit of wholesale that sometimes people don't mention is, like, for instance, us. We have over 4,000 products that we sell at a given time. Now, the cool thing about that is things always happen on Amazon's marketplace. They'll just change the rules and shut down listings for no reason. It is so confusing sometimes. But the cool thing about what we do, I think, is if 10 products go down, we got 10 more on the list to come in. 100 go down, might hurt a little bit, but nothing major, right? Because we're so diversified in products, right? So it continues to allow the business to grow in a semi like peaceful state of mind. That's important. Number 7, I mean, honestly, this is something that I really knew getting into this, but it's something that some people don't know but if you're on this channel, if you're watching this, if you got this far, you probably already know this. Invest in education. Now, I'm not saying invest money. Yeah, of course, you get a mentorship or a course or whatever, and that does expedite it. And I'm huge on that. Every business we started, from Amazon to Toro to Airbnb, we went and got a mentor, right? Because I value time over money, because that's a finite resource. Money is endless out here. But even if you don't have money to put up, right, for a course or mentorship or whatever, that's fine, dude. Just make sure that you are spending time learning, right? There are Facebook groups, there are countless YouTube channels about this, there are Instagram pages, there are so many resources, there are forums, Reddit, etc. You need to spend time learning and execute. That gotta be your focus. Don't be scared to spend some time. Just, commit a day to, like, I'm gonna learn everything about this one method of selling, right? As much as I can. And try to piece the puzzle together. Or if you have money, do it. Like, I always recommend, there are really cheap courses, $50, $100 that I got into even when I'm a seller. There are expensive ones where you can expedite the process, but at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that you are spending time learning. Don't think that you know everything. Humble yourself. Understand that you are trying to grow a successful, profitable, scalable business. It will take some time, some education, some knowledge, but once you have that, no one can take it away from you. You'll be able to grow not on just platforms like Amazon. You'll be able to utilize new platforms like TikTok, Walmart, eBay, all the Amazon marketplaces outside of the US, right? You are developing a skill set that will continue to pay you, and there's no cap on the money. So those are the 7 things I wish I knew when I first started selling on Amazon, and I hope all of them helped you, man, or at least one of them, right? I hope they helped you at some capacity. But if you want to learn more, I'm going to leave a bunch of stuff in the description. We have a bunch of different programs. Not all of them are paid, so don't be like, yeah, we have some paid ones that guarantee you get 100K in sales in the next 90 days. That's cool, but we also have free material, right? Free course. I can get you started, just break down how everything works, teach you about Amazon. So if you are looking to get started and you still don't know what to do, make sure you click on one of the buttons down there to help you jumpstart your Amazon FBA career. And lastly, if you haven't already, I don't know why, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you can keep getting these updates on Amazon FBA, and watch this video over here where I go over how to find wholesale supplies really, really easy and really, really fast. See you in the next one.